Oh, the drama going on right now with the Dallas Cowboys. Seems like there is always some type of controversy going on with this team. Dak Prescott has fucked around and fucked around, playing the part of the stubborn wife in his relationship with Jerry Jones and the Dallas Cowboys. Jerry Jones, a month or so ago, offers Dak Prescott $35 million a year. Dak's not satisfied. Dak and the Cowboys can't come to terms on the length and some other things in the contract. Now, the other day when I was talking about Jerry Jones and people with money in general, I told you guys that people with fuck you money have a tendency to get what they want. You back them into a corner, and guys like Jerry Jones can also be very vengeful. Give them any kind of resistance, get in the way of what they're trying to accomplish, what they're trying to get done, and they'll find ways to work around you, or they'll just outright fuck you, screw you. Up until this point, Dak Prescott's had all the leverage in his contract negotiations with Dallas. In my opinion, he has absolutely abused his position. He has taken advantage of the leverage that he's had. He refused the franchise tag, didn't sign it. He refused the Cowboys' initial offer that Jerry Jones made him. He's playing the role of the diva in this situation. I know I've got all the leverage. I'm going to get everything that I want and more, and to hell with the team and everyone else. The Cowboys have been trying to work out a deal with Dak Prescott for months, ever since last summer. When I heard about the offer of $35 million a year, I came on here and I said that Dak Prescott should race to sign that deal because it was absolutely insane for Dallas to offer him that kind of money. Jerry Jones has a tendency to overpay players. This proves that point. Dak Prescott was offered top 3 quarterback money. The type of money giving out to the elite, the best of the best. Guys like Russell Wilson, Big Ben, Tom Brady, and Drew Brees could command that type of money and get away with it. But Dak Prescott? Mr. 8-8? Mr. I failed to win the division in the worst division in the NFL last year? The game against Philadelphia last season is a prime example of why Dak Prescott's not worth $35 million a year. Week 15 at Philadelphia against an Eagles team that is full of practice squad players. The Eagles injury report going into that week was the size of an old school phone book in New York City. Doug Peterson was starting players that couldn't fucking make an XFL roster. It was pathetic. But the Eagles didn't have a choice. All Dak Prescott had to do was lead the Cowboys into Philadelphia against a roster of subpar players and win. That was it. Cowboys win the NFC East, get a home playoff game. Instead, what happened? Dak was usual Dak. When the lights are bright, Dak fades into oblivion. He was fucking awful in that game. Completed 57% of his passes, no touchdowns. The fucking Cowboys offense scored 9 points. 9 fucking points. Against the 19th ranked pass defense in the league. A defense that hobbled into the game, battered and bruised. Dak Prescott could not find the fucking end zone. Jerry Jones witnessed that day the difference between having a franchise quarterback on your roster and having a guy like Dak Prescott. Carson Wentz is a franchise quarterback. When his team was down, when his team needed him the most, he stepped up, completed 78% of his passes, carried the Eagles to a win against the Cowboys and a division title. If I were Jerry Jones, that day in Philadelphia would have been the day that I realized we got a fucking problem here at quarterback. But Jerry Jones is soft. He's a generous guy. Like I said before, he has a tendency to overpaid players. He runs the Cowboys very emotionally. So even after the disaster that was the 2019 regular season, all the expectations coming into last season for the Cowboys, and the disaster that the season ended up being, he still offers Dak Prescott top 3 quarterback money. But you can only shit on a guy like Jerry Jones for so long. I believe Dak Prescott might have pushed him over the edge. If not over the edge, starting to get that way. So Jerry says to himself, to hell with fucking Dak Prescott. He wants to fuck around with me, not accept the money that I'm offering, which I'm already overpaying him with this offer. Ungrateful son of a bitch. I'll go out and I'll sign Andy Dalton. And that's exactly what Jerry Jones did. Now think about this for a second. Dak Prescott hasn't signed the franchise tag. The offer is still on the table, unsigned, which would pay him over $31 million for 2020. There are rumors that he could hold out training camp over this contract situation. What if Jerry Jones gets fed up with Dak and this bullshit and decides to yank the franchise tag offer off the table? It could happen. Dak Prescott, if that happened, would be fucked. Not only would the Cowboys save $20-something million by paying Andy Dalton instead of Dak Prescott, Dak wouldn't have anywhere to go. All of the starting jobs are taken. Unless he wants to go play somewhere like Jacksonville, maybe New England, but the Patriots don't have the cap space to pay him that much money, at least not the money that Dak Prescott wants. This situation has gone from Dak having all of the leverage to Dak having zero leverage. None. He is now at the mercy of Jerry Jones and the Dallas Cowboys, and I love it. 9 times out of 10, I am all for players getting their money, especially in the NFL, where careers are short. You are one head injury away or one injury period away from selling used cars in Lincoln, Nebraska. But Dak's demands aren't reasonable. He doesn't have the pedigree to demand the type of money that he's asking for. Patrick Mahomes, if he wants $35 million next season when he's up for an extension, I understand. I don't like it because it limits what the Chiefs can do to get help around him, but I understand it. He's earned it. He's proven. Won a Super Bowl. Even a guy like Matt Ryan in Atlanta. I have never been a Matt Ryan guy. I think he's overrated. But I understood why the Falcons paid him. But Dak Prescott demanding top-tier quarterback money is absolutely asinine. And it's possibly blown up in his face. It is entirely possible that Dak has played his last down with the Dallas Cowboys. Don't forget, there's a new head coach in Dallas. Jason Garrett's not there. Dak Prescott is not Mike McCarthy's guy. He's not familiar with him. What do I talk about all the time on this channel? In many cases, when a new head coach comes to town, a new quarterback is soon to follow. When Sean Payton got to New Orleans in 2006, Aaron Brooks had been the Saints starting quarterback since 1999 at that point. Led the Saints to their first playoff win in franchise history. Sean Payton comes in. Aaron Brooks is gone. In comes Drew Brees. Happened in New England. Bill Belichick was hired. Within a year, Drew Bledsoe was benched for Tom Brady. Hell, it just happened in Carolina. Panthers bring in Matt Rule. Cam Newton's out. Bring in Teddy Bridgewater. It happens all the time in the NFL. New coach, new quarterback. So, it's not that far-fetched of an idea to think that Dak Prescott could be on his way out of Dallas, especially with the way that he's handling this contract situation. Everything that I've said thus far, what I just outlined with Dak Prescott and his future in Dallas, or lack of a future in Dallas, is a real possibility. Now, do I think it'll happen? Do I think that Dak Prescott has played his last down with the Dallas Cowboys? No, I don't. If this were another organization with everything else being the same, I think Dak Prescott would be in real trouble. But this is the Dallas fucking Cowboys we're talking about. Ran by a man notorious for handing out bloated contracts to undeserving players. I think Jerry Jones will make the mistake of committing big money to Dak Prescott sometime this summer. And 2 years from now, it'll be viewed as one of the worst contracts in the NFL. The signing of Andy Dalton is typical Jerry Jones. I know a lot of people are speculating about what it can mean for Dak Prescott, just like what I just did, that Dak and Andy Dalton will be competing for the starting job this summer. But this is typical Jerry Jones. The signing of Andy Dalton is insurance. It's expensive insurance, but it's insurance. Insurance in case Dak Prescott gets hurt. Insurance in case Dak holds out of training camp. Insurance in case Jerry Jones gets fed up with Dak's bullshit and releases them altogether, which likely won't happen. This isn't the first time Jerry Jones has brought in a veteran backup quarterback that was a starter somewhere else. Kyle Orton backed up Tony Romo, Jason Garrett, Matt Castle, Brandon Whedon. The list goes on and on. Jerry Jones has made it a habit of signing guys like this. The problem with this approach is you're paying out the ass for it. Instead of drafting a quarterback in the 4th, 5th, 6th round, developing them, Jerry Jones goes out and signs veteran quarterbacks that have a little bit of name value and pays them millions of dollars instead of paying the rookie several $100,000. Just doesn't make any sense. Now let me get to Dez Bryant's dumbass for a second. Over the weekend, he took to Twitter to whine because Andy Dalton got a contract before Dak Prescott. Here's what Dez Bryant said, quote, "Nothing against Andy Dalton because I think he's a great player, but the Cowboys are extremely out of line. Pay Dak. I watched the Cowboys pay Tony twice, once without a winning record. I guess the Cowboys viewing the quarterback position a plug-in piece because of the dominant offense." End quote. First of all, Dez Bryant didn't watch the Cowboys pay Tony Romo twice. He was only on the team once when that happened. The first time that the Cowboys extended Romo, Dez Bryant was 3 fucking years from entering the league. Secondly, I don't think Jerry Jones and the Cowboys view the quarterback position as a, quote, plug-in piece because of the dominant offense. That doesn't even make fucking sense on multiple levels. If they viewed it as a plug-in piece, then why did they go out and sign a veteran backup with playoff experience? If it was a plug-in piece, go sign Chase Daniel. And when has the Cowboys offense ever been considered dominant? This fucking offense hasn't been dominant since the mid-90s. After the backlash he received, Dez Bryant then apologized to anyone he offended with his opinion. Whatever the fuck that means. I don't know how he offended anybody with what he tweeted, but we live in a soft society, so he apologized for it anyway. You didn't offend anyone with your opinion, Dez Bryant. You just proved once again that you took one too many head hits in your NFL career. It's better to keep quiet and let people think that you're a fool than to open your mouth and remove all doubt. To recap, the Dak Prescott and Andy Dalton situation. I think Andy Dalton was brought in for backup purposes only. And I think before the July deadline, Jerry Jones is going to commit a ridiculous amount of money to Dak Prescott. 2 years from now, he is going to regret it. Though, I do think Dak has lost all leverage with the Cowboys bringing in Andy Dalton. Not that it matters, because Jerry Jones will pay him anyway like a fucking fool. I know this because it's what Jerry Jones does. He keeps players and coaches around that don't deserve to be kept around because he is emotionally tied to them. Kept Jason Garrett 3-4 years past the point where he should have been fired. Did the same thing with Tony Romo. He gave Romo a massive extension in 2013. At the time, Dallas hadn't made the playoffs in 4 years, and Romo was coming off 2 consecutive 8-8 seasons. After that contract extension, Romo had one more good year, and he was done. All right, that's all for today. Make sure to hit that like and subscribe button for me. You can click that notification bell to receive all notifications from the channel. I appreciate those of you that have already done so. I appreciate the support. Leave me a comment in the section below. Let me know what you think about what's going on in Dallas. Do you think Dak Prescott will get his contract extension? Is he worth top 3 quarterback money? Or could the signing of Andy Dalton possibly mean that Jerry Jones is getting fed up with Dak and he could be on his way out of Dallas? Let me know what you think. You can follow me on Twitter at KC_BTL84. If you have any questions, you can email me at BTLKC84@gmail.com. I will see you guys next time.